The 𝐵𝐸𝐵𝐺𝐵 move materialized as quickly as it then apparently stalled. And the amount of time that has passed since it was announced that Liverpool wanted a 6, then it was announced it was most likely 𝐵𝐸𝐵𝐺𝐵, and then it was most likely that that move was going to go ahead, was roughly 48 hours, if not less than that. We're not even 72 hours out from when Liverpool just wanted and were looking at a 6 at the time. So bear in mind, there is still a lot of time left in this transfer for things to take a twist. And there have been a few twists. There are 3 different theories, at least on my behalf, as to why the 𝐵𝐸𝐵𝐺𝐵 deal is not yet there and may still well be on. But there are also some interesting theories going the other way. Of course, a lot of the local journalists around Real Sociedad are trying to get their own scoops. Real Sociedad themselves are trying to convince him to stay. They want him to sign a new contract. They want improved terms. They've got a vision for next season. They give him a PowerPoint with mountains and compelling moments in there and all sorts of things. And I get it. Like, if you were born in a town, you represent that team, they're your local side, or you feel particularly compelled by those guys because they've really done something for your career, then yeah, of course you want to stay for that. Why would you not want to feel, or at least appear to be, devoted to that club? I think optics are a huge part of this. This is a guy who is trying to show, I respect this club, I'm not just gonna dash away as soon as the first offer that I actually want comes in. And I think also he realizes, I might have some time here to say goodbye. That's one of my theories. One of my theories is that he wants to say goodbye in this final Union Berlin game, and all the social media guys are all waiting for him to go, wave, do the, you were fantastic, and they'll post it whether he means it or not, they will post it. Because of course they know Liverpool fans, all these other people, they just see it as raking in views, raking in opinions, and people who in the future might be interested in some of their content. That is modern content creation. Of course, there is also the theory, and this is my other theory, that obviously the club want to appear to not just let players go really easily. It seems as if this summer there have been a number of people who've come in and gone, we'll take him, and it'll be lovely, we'll have your best players. You do not want to be seen as the team that just let your best players go at the first drop of a hat. And also, in this region within Spain, which basically is northern Spain in general, but particularly this area, people want to be respected. They want to have at least a certain amount of respect for the local crowds. They really matter. It isn't just some corporate entity that just sort of goes, oh, we exist and the fans are kind of there. Like, this really matters, the relationship between players and fans, especially the players who are, of course, dedicated to the club, have always had at least the brand of being dedicated to the club, and et cetera, et cetera. So I think that's also really important here. It's also really important to remember Liverpool are pretty hard negotiators, and I wouldn't be happy if I was a club and someone just came in and said, we'll do this, this and this, we'll take this, and we're good, let's go. And then within 24 hours, there's a leak that the number 6 is wanted. 48 hours later, you're talking about, hey, can you give us a quote because your player is apparently on the way to Liverpool? And then other people are making mock-ups of that player already in the opposition shirt. You've barely had time to say goodbye. You've barely had time to prepare this massive player for you, or at least someone who represents your club beautifully, to just leave. Imagine at the start of the summer if you told him, oh, you'll just be leaving within 48 hours. I'm not sure that you would necessarily believe that. And I think a lot of people probably wouldn't have anticipated Liverpool just coming in for this. But I don't think Liverpool move without the green light from the player. So, of course, I think it means that the player wants to come, or at least shown enough interest, and has at least not batted Liverpool's interest away. But at the same time, we've also seen that there is a bit of a conflict there because, of course, it's a bit like Steven Gerrard leaving Liverpool or Trent leaving to go to Real Madrid or something like that. It would leave a bit of a bitter taste in the club's mouth. And of course now there is the added rumour that Liverpool want to let one of their players go, or that there could be a player going the other way. And there is so much speculation. When I did this on a live earlier, all of my live streams go on the members channel, so go take a look at that. I say that, who would possibly go the other way? And there were like 5, 6 players that people were instantly saying they would let go. People were like, well, we could offer Joe Gomez in exchange. We could offer Stefan 𝐵𝐸𝐵𝐺𝐵 in exchange. We could have this guy over here or this guy over here that would do this. And I was just like, I don't really know how, I get it. Like, cool. It's good to have options that within your squad you might want to move on. But it doesn't feel nice that you can just quickly throw away players like that. And so I think there are a lot of people in the fan base who are currently saying, of course I'd love to see 𝐵𝐸𝐵𝐺𝐵 come in and for him to be a starter, which he definitely would be if he came in, just purely because of the tactical fit with slot, but also because of his international quality. But would I want to sacrifice Stefan 𝐵𝐸𝐵𝐺𝐵 the other way? Would I want to have a player who I've looked forward to seeing for years? Would we want him to become the next Dani Pacheco or, Placis or someone like that. Like, there have been a number of players who come through Liverpool, been extremely good players that we've had great relationships with as fans, players we wanted to see play, and then they've gone, and it's sort of been like, oh, well, he's never quite lived up to the hype afterwards. That feels sad. And you don't wish that upon any of these players, because you go, we kind of want to see you in the team. But realistically, if 𝐵𝐵𝐺𝐈 or whoever it is as the 6 comes in, it's not happening. Of course, it may also be that Endo might be one of the make weights in this, and they're looking to just try and make up the difference in the price. And it's not even going to be a majority of the price. It's not even to say that it is a midfielder in this. It could be that it is literally them going, well, Joe Gomez wants to leave. What if he was to go to Real Sociedad? Joe, how would you feel about that? What if it's Sepp Vandenberg? Or what if it is, Philip, someone like that? There are plenty of other names in the team. And I've named all these people, obviously. Those are just players that would seem immediately available and aren't always getting the first team start that they might want. Of course, would I like that if Liverpool had it the other way? Like, remember when we got, who was that guy? It's Antonio Nunes. Nunes came the other way. Barely ever played for Liverpool, barely did anything in his time at Liverpool, and frankly, was probably a player that Liverpool considered a bust. Especially considering that going the other way was Michael Owen, one of our greatest strikers of the modern era. Not the most iconic, but one of. Like, he was, he's a Ballon d'Or winner we're talking about here. This is a very serious guy. So it kind of feels the same going the other way. These guys mean something to these people. And I think very often it's very easy to just cast that to one side. Of course, I wouldn't want to see Stefan Bajcetic go the other way. But I also think if he's not going to break into the first team, if he's not going to get these opportunities, and if he's already on the transfer block, which we didn't know in the first place, but may very well be at least a possibility, I just don't know if that, is, I don't know if we don't know what we're meant to know. Like, are we meant to be happy that Bajcetic is going the other way? Of course, he's leaving a club that could have made him huge for another club where, hey, he's got that Spanish descent, he's got the integration there, he probably could go back and live a great life. Would he be willing to go the other way? All these kind of things. I'm only picking him out as an option. There are other players who I think will probably be way higher up the list of players that I would have leave the club, but it doesn't mean that they should, or that equally Real Sociedad would be happy. So tell me what your theory is. Is it that tonight he plays his final game, waves them away? Is it that they're stalling? Is it that actually he has had a change of heart? I would love a player that is loyal in the way that he is, if that's the case, and he doesn't want to go because he does want to see right by his club, or he does want to spend more time with his team, or any of these things? Or is it actually that it's just halfway between the two, and at this point a lot of people are just making things up? Take Plettenberg and those guys who are just tweeting kind of ambiguous things to just basically, oh, I've got some sort of insight, can you follow me and maybe I'll give you some more? Doesn't really work like that. I think fans are starting to get a little bit annoyed. Not that, here's the thing, a slow-moving transfer window is absolutely fine for me. I don't think Liverpool were in desperate need of any player, but clearly this is a player they really want. So of course I'd love to see him come in. I doubt he'd have played this week anyway. It would still be interesting to see him. It's still great to see him presented. I'd imagine Liverpool are looking to get him in as soon as possible. So, the game against Sevilla, we can get that out of the way and then we can move on and have the announcement. Which leads me on to the final subject. What number does he take if he does come to Liverpool? Obviously for Real Sociedad, he's number 4. Who else was number 4? And obviously for Spain, he is an 18. A strange number, but I guess you can't get low squad numbers if you're one of the outside guys from there. Obviously he's not taking number 4 from Virgil van Dijk. Who's number 14? Liverpool, number 14. Jordan Henderson was the last one to take that one. So I can't imagine that Liverpool have anyone in 14 anymore. No, I don't think we do. No. Nope, no one there anymore. Jordan Henderson was the last one to have it. And before that, guess who it was? Milan Jovanovic. And before that, it was 𝐵𝐵𝐺𝐈 Alonso, absolute legend. Maybe the number 14 is the number that he takes. Let me know in the comments below, because I'll definitely be naming a video he's taking 𝐵𝐵𝐺𝐈 Alonso's number sometime soon. Let me know in the comments below and I'll chat to you guys in a little while. Much love. Bye.